Have you ever felt like your English is kinda stuck? You know all the words, right? But getting them to flow together, that can be the tricky part. Well, today we're gonna fix that. We are going to unlock smooth, confident English using just 5 simple words you probably already know. Let's dive in. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about what I call the broken English problem. You know that feeling, right? It's so frustrating when you've got the idea perfectly in your head, but the words just don't connect when you say them out loud. So, does this sound familiar at all? You've got these awesome ideas, you've learned all this vocabulary, but when you go to speak, everything comes out in these short, choppy sentences. Kind of robotic, maybe? Trust me, it's a super common feeling. But the good news? The fix is actually really simple.
And that simple fix, well, that's exactly what we're here to talk about. We're going to jump right from the problem into the solution. And I promise you, it is way simpler than you're probably thinking.
Yep, that's it. Just 5. You could almost call them magic words. Seriously. Once you get the hang of these, your English is going to sound so much smoother, so much more natural, and you're going to feel way more confident.
So what are these magical words? Well, the official term is conjunctions. But don't let the fancy name fool you. Just think of them as the glue that holds your sentences together. They're what connects your ideas so everything flows beautifully instead of sounding all choppy and disconnected.
All right, let's get into our toolkit. We're going to start with the first 2. And these 2 are for things you do constantly in any conversation, adding one idea onto another and showing how 2 ideas are kind of different or opposite.
First up, the classic, and. Its job is super simple but absolutely essential. It just joins similar ideas together. It's probably the most basic way to start building longer, more interesting sentences. So for example, instead of saying, I like tea, I like coffee, which sounds a little robotic, right? You just connect them. I like tea and coffee. See that? Hear how much smoother that is? It's such a tiny change, but it instantly makes your sentences feel richer.
Okay, next on our list is but. Now this little word has a totally different job. Use this one to connect 2 ideas that are opposite or that contrast with each other. It's perfect for creating a little bit of surprise or tension in what you're saying.
And here's the power of but in action. Check this out. You start with something kind of negative, like, the test was hard. And then but comes in and totally flips the script. But I passed. It's the perfect word for that kind of turnaround.
And you know, this is so important because using but correctly shows that you can handle more complex thoughts. It's a real sign of fluency, you know? It shows you can balance different competing ideas, just like a native speaker does all the time. All right, you with me? Let's move on to our next set of words. We're going to look at how to offer choices, explain results, and give reasons for things. This is where your English starts to sound super logical and smart.
Okay, our third word is or, and its job is crystal clear. You use it anytime you're presenting options or choices. Simple as that.
So whether you're asking a really simple question like, do you want tea or coffee, or you're laying out a more serious choice like, you can study now or you'll regret it later, or is the word that makes it happen. It is absolutely essential for just normal, everyday conversations.
Okay, number 4. This one is so. And wow, this is a powerful one. So is all about connecting a cause with an effect. It's the word you use to show that one thing happened because of something else.
I mean, look at this perfect cause and effect example. What's the cause? She studied hard. And what's the result of that? So she passed the exam. See that? So is like the bridge between those two ideas. It creates that logical link that makes it so much easier for people to follow your train of thought. And really, that's the key thing to remember. When you use so, you're not just listing random facts. You're actually explaining how things are connected, how one thing leads to another. And that, right there, makes you sound so much more thoughtful and articulate.
And that brings us to our fifth and final word, because. Now, if so shows you the result, because tells you the reason. It's the word that directly answers the question, why? Because is your best friend when you need to explain the why behind what you're saying. Why are you so happy? I'm happy because I learned something new. It lets you give reasons, share your thinking, and that makes what you have to say so much richer and more interesting for the listener.
All right, we did it. That's all 5. You officially have the complete toolkit now. So let's pull it all together for a super quick recap, just to make sure these powerful little words really stick in your mind.
So here it is in a nutshell. And adds ideas, but shows a contrast, or gives you a choice. So shows a result, and because gives the reason. That's it. Just 5 simple words, but they are literally the building blocks for smooth, fluent conversation. Okay, now for the most important part. It's your turn. You have to put this into practice. So here's a little challenge for you. Can you create a short story, or maybe even just one really long sentence that uses all 5 of these words? Come on, give it a try. Because practice is what turns knowing something into actually being able to do it. And I really want to leave you with this one last thought. Becoming fluent in English isn't about memorizing a bunch of giant, complicated words. It's not. It's all about using these small, essential connecting words, but using them smartly. That's the secret to making your ideas flow. Master these 5, and I guarantee you will sound smoother and more confident, like right away.